Apple is a company that has been telling you for years that good things come at a price. $1,000 for an iPhone, $2,000 for a MacBook, $3,000 for a monitor. And then, out of nowhere, they release a MacBook for $600. $500 with a student discount. And everyone's like, wow, Apple is suddenly affordable. But has Apple really become affordable, or is there a much bigger story behind this that nobody's telling you? I've been using the MacBook Neo for 2 weeks now, and what started as a normal review turned into something completely different. Because this laptop tells a story about Apple, about the tech industry, and honestly, a little bit about all of us. Okay, let's start from the very beginning. You open the box and the first thing you notice, this does not feel like $600. Not at all. The chassis is made of recycled aluminium, not plastic, with a bit of metallic look like other laptops in this price range. Real aluminium, and in this citrus yellow, it catches the light in a way that just pops on video. If someone had handed me this laptop without telling me the price, I would have guessed at least $1,000. And this is where it gets interesting, because normally for $600 you get a plastic laptop with a mediocre display and a fan that sounds like a vacuum cleaner. The MacBook Neo has no fan, it's completely silent. The lid opens with one hand, that's how perfectly balanced the hinges are. The keyboard is the same Magic Keyboard as in the $3,000 MacBook Pro. Same keys, same typing feel, no difference. Just without backlighting. That's one of the compromises, but I will get to that in a moment. And then the trackpad. This is where Apple did something that really excited me as a tech person. Instead of using the expensive haptic trackpad from the other MacBooks, they developed a completely new mechanical trackpad with a metal mechanism underneath that ensures the click feels the same everywhere on the surface. And it feels better than 99% of all Windows trackpads out there. The heart of the MacBook Neo is the A18 Pro. Yes, that's a smartphone chip. The same chip that's in the iPhone 16 Pro, just with one less GPU core. And I know exactly what some of you are thinking right now, a phone chip in a laptop. The reality is, the chip is roughly on the level of the M1. The M1 was a chip that turned the entire laptop industry upside down in 2020. In single-core performance, the A18 Pro even beats the M1. That means everything you do in your daily routine, browser with 20 tabs, documents, emails, Spotify, Netflix, it runs fast. You won't notice any difference compared to a more expensive MacBook. Where it starts to struggle is with multi-core tasks, video editing, compiling code, massive Excel spreadsheets. That's where the MacBook Air with the M5 chip pulls ahead, because it simply has more cores. And then the 8GB of RAM, yes, that's not a lot. And yes, it's not upgradable. But Apple optimized its operating system so well for low RAM that you won't notice it during normal use. Browser tabs reload occasionally when you switch back and forth between apps for a long time, but it never feels slow. Now the display, 13 inches, 500 nits brightness, sharp resolution. For the price, excellent. What's missing? True Tone, the automatic color temperature adjustment, and the white P3 color gamut. You get sRGB, that means for everyday use everything looks great. But if you put it next to the MacBook Air, the color looks slightly less vibrant, and the bezels around the display are thicker. On the other hand, the MacBook Neo doesn't have a notch. The speakers are okay, not bad, but also not the MacBook Cinema experience you might be used to. For YouTube, podcasts and even movies, it's perfectly fine. But for music, I'd recommend AirPods. For ports, we have two USB-C ports, no Thunderbolt. The left one is USB 3.0 and can drive an external 4K monitor. The right one is USB 2.0, so it's really only suitable for charging. Unfortunately, Apple doesn't label this. That would have been nice, but macOS at least warns you if you plug a monitor into the wrong port. Unfortunately, no MagSafe, no SD card slot. But hey, there's a headphone jack. Okay, benchmarks are one thing, but how does the MacBook Neo actually feel in everyday use? Honestly, surprisingly good. I used to write scripts, answer emails, watch YouTube and work in Notion. And not once did I feel like I was using a budget device. Typing on this keyboard is a dream. The trackpad responds perfectly. macOS runs smoothly. Battery life: on the first day I charged it to 100% and just used it. 5 hours later, still 40%. Over several days, I got 7 to 9 hours of real-world usage. Web, messaging, videos. That's not a record. The MacBook Air lasts longer. But for a normal day at uni or work, it's more than enough. And thanks to the small 38-watt power battery, it weighs just 1.23 kilos. Throw a small power bank in your bag and you'll essentially got double that battery. Unfortunately, in the European Union, you don't get a charger included. You would have to buy one separately, but you can charge it with an iPhone or iPad charger. The 1080p webcam surprised me. I would have bet on a 720p at this price. But no, it's really good. For Zoom calls, online lectures or job interviews, more than sufficient. The only moments where I really felt the compromises when I installed DaVinci Resolve out of curiosity. That got choppy. And with too many heavy apps open at the same time, you notice the 8GB of RAM. But I didn't expect anything different from a laptop in this price range. It's simply not made for that. And now we get to the part that makes this review different from all the others. Because most reviewers tell you the MacBook Neo is good for the price, period, next video. But I've been asking myself all week, why? Why does Apple build a $600 MacBook that feels like a $1,000 device? Apple, the company that sold you a monitor stand for over $1,000.
And the Pro stand, $999. And like the Mac Pro, they'll all be available in the fall.
And then I understood. The MacBook Neo isn't a cheap laptop, it's an entry ticket. Think about it, you buy the Neo for $600. Suddenly you are using macOS, iCloud, AirDrop, iMessage, FaceTime, and all of a sudden AirPods make more sense. An iPad as a second screen sounds cool, and when you need a new laptop in 3 years, you will probably buy another MacBook. Only this time maybe an Air or a Pro. Apple has been producing chips for the iPhone for years, millions of them. The cost per chips is incredibly low because of that. And now they are taking these cheap, highly efficient chips and building a laptop around them. That's not a coincidence, that's a strategy. And here's the genius part, it works because the product is actually good. It's not a cheap bait and switch. It's a really good laptop that also happens to open the door to an ecosystem that most people never leave. The MacBook Neo will probably be one of the best-selling MacBooks of all time. It will put massive pressure on Windows laptops and Chromebooks. And it will create an entire generation of new Apple users. That's exactly what Apple wants. So, is the MacBook Neo worth it? Absolutely, but not for everyone. Buy it if you're a student who needs a reliable laptop for uni and everyday life. If you're on a budget but still don't want a plastic laptop. If you were actually going to buy an iPad but need a real operating system. Or if you're simply looking for a secondary laptop that handles everyday tasks without compromises. Don't buy it if you want to do video editing, music production or software development. For that, you need more power and more RAM. Check out the MacBook Air instead, and if you can find a used MacBook Air for the same price, it's actually the better choice in some areas. For me personally, this laptop reminded me why I love tech. Not because of the highest benchmarks or the latest chip, but because a good device should simply be fun. And this one is fun. Let me know in the comments, do you already have the MacBook Neo or will you rather get a used MacBook Air? I'm curious to hear your thoughts. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like and subscribe to the channel, and I will see you in the next time. Bye!